Alrighty, we're on the die roll this round against QZZQ, another opponent opposite the table from me. You want to play first? Yeah, I want to play first. Heck yeah. We got a pretty solid keep. 2 drops and a 3 drops into removal / combat tricky spell. So yes, please. We'll start with our Fiery Impulse land, which we don't have. Probably play the Brute over the Engineer. QZZQ is playing white as well, which is near our other opponent, which is interesting to note. Maybe they're fighting over some white over there. Opponent's playing another Boggart Brute and Disperse gone. Love those cards. If my opponent plays a 2-drop, do I want to play the Boggart Brute? Ooh, it's a really good card. We'll happily trade this guy off. Yeah, I think I'll play the Brute. I want the most power on the table with the Disperse and Titan Strength. Like, I'm more interested in that. It also means my opponent has to be thinking twice about attacking with Taupe and Freeblade. If I do like it to offer up a trade or something. But I will go on defense here. I don't want to attack in, my opponent take it, and then be able to swing back with Taupe and Freeblade, and then have a 3/3 Vigilance. Ooh, but here comes a big old boy. So I'm going to have 4/4 in my hands, which means I can't double block very profitably. So I will take a hit here, and then there'll be the 3/3 on the opposite side of the table. I'll still attack in with my Boggart Brute. Either get a 2-for-1, clear some board away, or I get a trade for the Taupe and Freeblade while my opponent's tapped out. And if my opponent does anything silly, I have a Titan Strength and a Disperse I'm able to play. But that's all I'll attack with. I'm still going to be planning on having, you know, the Screeching Scob do like more blocks. I don't want to trade for the Jailer for anything. Yeah, my opponent just wisely takes it. I'll go ahead and play the Cobble Brute. Because being able to attack in with the Dispersed Titan Strength, the Cobble Brute online is pretty sweet. Knight of the White Orchid, that's a good card. Yeah, first strike. But only having 1 green, there is... Do need to be aware of that. My opponent gets some value off the land, but it's not like insane. Still, it's good. Question now is, do I play into... Do I attack into this mana? Oh. I'm blocking, hands down. I'll block the Force Mage in a second. I'm not gonna trade my Cobble Brute off. Not with Disperse online. I'll attack with both. Ooh, especially if my opponent's tapped out. Nice draw as well. Little... maybe it's not that nice. A land would actually have been fine, so I could like play like the Thopter Engineer and keep both my guys available. But instead... I mean, I'm doing 8 a turn, while my opponent's doing 3, 4, 5, 6. So, there you have it. Do I have ways to do Trample? No. But I'm happy to do Titan Strength, trade off, as well as do a Scry, so that's pretty cool. I'll even get the Thopter Engineer down. I lose a little bit of point with the haste damage, but I wanted to wait. I definitely wanted to keep Disperse available if I needed it during combat. Here, this is just going to start swinging the race around in the favor that I want to, so that's fine. Sure, there's a 4/4. My opponent gets to start like getting more lands out, but hopefully I have enough pressure here to make this relevant. And Disperse can just, like, if that's what my opponent's doing for a turn, we'll get it Disperse away and then have a nice big hit next turn as well. So let's see what my opponent's game plan is here. If my opponent just equips the sword to the Taupe and Freeblade. Oh, it's equipping to the Crow and Jailer. Now that's interesting. And if my opponent wants to use the Celestial Flare on my 1/3, I'm cool with that. Another Taupe and Freeblade. Alright, so we disperse the renowned Topin Freeblade. We attack with all. This Freeblade goes in front of the Cobble Brute. I can Titan Strength to keep it alive. It hits 3, 4, 5, down to 9. And it has a Dork on the table. It has another 2-drop. Problem is I use all my combat tricks to do that. And my turn, I don't... But I do get the Titan Strength available there. Otherwise, I just attack more conservatively with, like, say, just the Boggart Brute. Try to, like, open up, like, a 2-for-1, but that wouldn't be a 2-for-1 no matter what. I have to use both my spells anyway if the Boggart Brute gets double blocked. Yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive here. I'm gonna attack with everybody. I'm gonna disperse Home Slice. See if my opponent wants to offer this trade. I will go for the next Titan Strength and bottom the mountain. Let's just start clearing the board. Opponent attacks in. Maybe not. Does my opponent want to leave up this mana? Could be. Wonder what's in my opponent's hand. There's a lot of cards in hand. Stalwart Aven. We know that the Topin Freeblade. Oh, Knight of Pilgrim's Road. Got it. Okay. What do we draw? Oh, such good draws. Gotta love the Scries helping, you know, get some of this value on. So we'll anchor to the Aether. What do I anchor to the Aether? Maybe the Flyer? That seems silly. It only does 1 damage, so it doesn't really, like, kill this guy or this guy. Any of my guys besides the Thopter. I think I bounced the Knight. We still start clearing away. But then actually, I'd rather a Crow and Jailer stick around. No, it's getting to the point where it's late in the game. I don't know. Which way I'd rather die? Because my opponent's probably going to put whatever I don't bounce in front of the Cobble Brute. Now. I'm going to bounce this Home Slice. Because then the Thopter Engineer can attack in. Do I want a Screeching Scob? Yeah, next turn I get to play both 2-drops. At least uses my mana up well, and I get to add to the board. Uh-oh. I did not want the Thopter to attack. Whoopsies! My opponent gets to eat that guy for free. That was not good. Very not good. Topin Freeblade and a Knight of Pilgrim's Road in hand. I really wish I had my 1/1 flyer, Thopter. I should have attacked with that. That's silly. So bad. Oh, so bad. Do I attack with my Boggart Brute? I don't think I do. I think I'll wait. What goes in the graveyard? Aw, Fire Impulse and Water Courser. 2 Knight of the White Orchid. So my opponent still has the Topin Freeblade in hand. P.S. Having a 4/3 able to come through is a little bit annoying. I might have to trade off the Boggart Brute. I was putting it on the flyer. Makes sense, because it's going to get big and start winning in the air. My opponent has some like defense set up now. What was the tapping for? Oh, my opponent grabbed the land, thinning the deck. Good card, good card. And is now renowned, which means there is a bit of a race. My opponent can play the Topin Freeblade. So I need to draw a powerful spell, and I have them in my deck. But I might have used up all my gas, and it certainly seems that way. I should have scryed before draw step. Whoopsies! If I attack with the Boggart Brute, it does clear some of the way away. And I'm not going to get much better than that. And I have the 2 to... Yeah, I'm going to attack. Opponent's tapped out. I've shown my combat tricks. We'll see if there's maybe more. Appropriate. Take another 3 in the air, probably. Go down to 5. We'll be evened up. I assume. I don't think my opponent's going to attack with a free wave. It could be. And I'll double block if that's the case. Unless my opponent attacks with everything. And then I'll put the Scob in front of the knight. Okay. What are the last 2 cards in my opponent's hand? I do wonder. I wonder what are the last 2 cards in your hand? Alright, scry. This is me just like remembering to scry. Yeah, goodbye. I need to stop on my upkeep. Because I'm going to scry again, since I'm not blocking with my Sigil Starfish. Yeah, glad we're doing that. We're just digging there. Just digging. Wow. All the lands. All the lands, all the time. 4, 5, 6. I have to chump block the knight. If anything that I can get out of this, because at chump, I go down... My opponent can even just, like, put this Animus Sword over. That seems like a bad idea, though. Put me down on 2-turn clock, guaranteed. So I have anything that can get me out of this? I have a Haster, but that only does 3 damage. My removal spells don't get me there. I don't think... I guess the Whirler Rogue helps me stay alive, but again, like... doesn't really get me there. My opponent made a mistake. My opponent moved the sword over after there's damage on the knight, after blocking. So that helps. Still want to scry. Scob Goliath is a good draw, and it's powerful enough to get the job done. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on top. Otherwise, I put it on the bottom. Like, it doesn't win me on the spot, but I don't think I have a card that wins me on the spot, so sure. And, I mean, my opponent can have a single pump spell, and then that's that, but I think this is one of the cards that actually puts me in a place to win. Alrighty. Can you +1 your guy? There's tons of cards in these colors that do that. And you've got it. Duns and duns. Conceded. So my opponent does 5 to me. I think I played that poorly. I think I could have won that game. I do feel like my opponent has a number of solid X2 power guys to where things like Dragon Fodder could be well considered. Is there a lot of good more toughness guys to where I want to bring in the Mage Ring Bullies instead? That's definitely an option. Do I want that? What other cards did I see there? There's the Knight of the White Orchid. I think I'd rather have the Dragon Fodder. I could be wrong. I feel like the Dragon Fodder goes well with the Majoring Bullies, though. There aren't that many where the Majoring Bully like dies too, from what my opponent had that I saw. So I think I'm gonna go there. Just lower the curve a little bit. It's a keep. Oh, I'm gonna ditch this for now. I do have this Sigiled Starfish in hand. I tend not to like to do it on upkeep. I like to do it on the end of my opponent's turn. I will start with the Scob instead of the Starfish. What goes in the graveyard? Ooh, lands? Thank you, Scob. That was lucky. Topin Freeblade. You know it. Ooh, Whirler Rogue. That's a good card. No way my opponent blocks here. My opponent knows all about my Titan Strength, so we'll leave that guy available. And I'll probably just get the Whirler Rogue down on turn 4. Put the Topin free. I'll put the Starfish on the Free Blade. It could take like a pump spell or remove spell, but I'm okay with that. A Crowing Jailer. And a Timber Pack Wolf. How interesting. Ooh, Majoring Bully. You don't sigh. We're just gonna go with the Cobble Brute, and then we'll follow up with the Whirler Rogue next turn, and to start like getting the Cobble Brute through. You know, because that's always a good thing. And we'll basically keep the rest back on D. D. Amperin Tactician, that's good. It means they don't have as strong blocks. Do I want to trade my Cobble Brute for my Topin Freeblade? I don't know. I can easily just block the Crowing Jailer and just soak up some of that damage. If I trade these guys off, I lose kind of my mini combo. And yet, I don't think I can just sit back and let the Topin Freeblade become a 3/3. Yeah, I'm going to trade it off, which is a bummer. But I think it's right. My opponent is ahead. I'm not going to be the aggressor here. I don't have time to really set up what I wanted to do with the Cobble Brute. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I want it. I don't want to put it on the bottom. It's a very powerful card. I have other things to be doing right now, so that's fine. And, yeah, I like that idea. I'm actually going to go with Majoring Bully. Offer to try to trade it off. Maybe do a Disperse on something and then pump it and then, like, you know, kill the Tactician. We put something in the yard for the Scob Goliath. My opponent could tap down a creature. That's okay, too. I'm happy to trade off right now, though. Do I want to do that? No. It does mean I have to, like, use the Disperse now. Which is a little bit bummer, but it still takes up my opponent's entire turn, just like playing a 2-drop, so I'll go for it. Plays a 5. Ooh, Rock Smaller. That's good. Definitely just want lands. Yeah. That's good. Play the Whirler Rogue. And I'll probably just put these two in front of the Rock Smaulers. It's a bummer that I have to trade off. I guess I could put the Screeching Scob and the 2 Thopters in front. No, Thopters are better than the Whirler Rogue. It's a bummer that, like, I don't have other artifacts to where, like, the Whirler can get better later, because it's great to put these together if I wasn't so far behind, but let's let it go. Opponent's tapping down Screeching Scob. Oh, okay. It looks like we're trading my 4-drop for my opponent's 5-drop. Could be a combat trick, certainly. But I'm still okay with that, because I have the Scott Goliath. Opponent has the Timberpack Wolf backup, at least. Ooh, and a Foundry of the Councils. That's a good card. Good card, my friend. Land. Ooh, that's also a good card. But I really just want to land. Gonna put a stop on my upkeep so I can dig from my land. That's a good card too. I'm not guaranteed a land. It's a good enough card. I'm gonna keep it, even though it sets me back with the Scab Goliath not happening. But I'm okay with that. I need to be aware of time because I'm behind a game and I'm so low on time compared to my opponent that is definitely a thing. Before blocks, I want to do this because in case my opponent has something, I want to know if I want to adjust accordingly. Oh, that's fine. I should just put the Screeching Scob in front, actually. That was dumb of me. That was a horrible play, and once again, I'm going to deserve to lose. Let's scry. Titan Strength I do not want. I want to land over that. Barter Brute's fine, but not great. Menace will be good. My opponent should be tapping something down. Yep. Ah, it's so annoying. Why did I even do that? I was just like so locked into like using my Fire Impulse. It was so silly. I should just offer the trade with the Screeching Scob. I'd much rather have this Fire Impulse in hand, which currently can't do 3, but in this deck, like, should kind of get there. And, oof, my opponent's getting... I need to get the Scob down. Yeah, we need a scry. I need a land. Good. Okay. Hopefully this Starfish will also help me dig into more action. Because my opponent has all of this, a Crowan Jailer, a Foundry of the Council. This late in the game, that's where these cards actually start getting really good. And my opponent's at the very least like ticking away for 2 in the air. There's that wolf. Is there a land in hand? No. So my opponent has an actual spell. Because otherwise my opponent would have played. That's good. My opponent would have played a land to get the Foundry down. This guy's just going to tap down my Scab Goliath, but I like having the 4/4 in play also. I can at least attack in for 4 and not fall behind. Tap down the Goliath. I'm going to try to do this race. I don't know if I'm really going to win this race, but I'm going to try. I think with the Sigil Starfish, I'm favored for it. Again, I don't want to just fall behind in the air. Opponent can hit me for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right now, but then I get a huge crackback. Yeah, my opponent's going to use the Crowan Jailer for defense, which keeps the Foundry from going off, which is quite nice. The air game. We love that Titan Strength now, so I can attack him with a 4/4. Scrying away. Let's get something good. Ow! Not so good. To attack with everything, my opponent can eat the 4/4, then this guy does a trade. That seems absolutely horrible. But I do get to add to the board more. So at least there's that. My worry is that I'm taking 4 in the air. I'm a 3-turn clock. I need to kill out a Crowan Jailer. Because this Vastwood Gorger just has a huge stop sign. This is slipping away. This Fiery Impulse should have been used on something better. No blocks, my friends. No blocks. What do I have? How do I get out of this? Oh, that's a creature. I'll take it. I think it's time to start trying to bash through. But I lose that race. It's so bad. I was like, what? I was thinking, like, wait a second, combat math. Can I win here? Next turn? My opponent knows I have no cards in hand, so there's nothing to play around. I think my opponent's looking to see if they can set up the win for next turn. Alright. I've put myself in the best position to win. The Screeching Scabs go in front of the Vastwood Gorger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Duh. I'm an idiot. Deserve to lose this entire match. And I did, of course. So, justice was served in this game of Magic. But there's another one on round 3.